guys, I just needed to rip the band-aid off. I cut about 10 inches of my hair off. I feel so naked. I don't recognize myself, but I wanted to get rid of any dead weight, dead ends, just start over. Now my appearance is unrecognizable to me. I'm being really dramatic, but when you have hair that goes beyond your butt or to your waist, you feel so naked when it's 10 inches shorter, so I'm adjusting to that. I'm also wearing foundation for the first time in like a year because I'm getting some passport photos taken today, and it's just been a whirlwind. I feel like I haven't talked to you in months, but I got to New York a week ago and I have been completely self-isolating. I haven't been hanging out with anyone. I haven't been doing any things like events, and I have not been feeling lonely at all. I feel so nourished, but I'm actually ready to leave the neighborhood, do some things. Outfit of the day, or should I say outfit of the sleigh. I'm wearing this tiny little mini skirt. I'm gonna wear some boots with it, but luckily I designed a skirt that will be available November 1st because I'm wearing it underneath here for full mobility and access to all of my dance moves that may emerge throughout the day. Going up the steps of the subway is also treacherous in a mini skirt, so I'm just so happy. This is so comfortable and layers so easily, but this is what I'm wearing. I have my trusty Totoro bag that I got in Barcelona. The store is called Happy Mart. Some of you are asking, but I love this thing. It basically feels like my little art bag because it has so many pockets and you can put so much. All of your activities can fit in here, and I love having room for activities. But before I head out, I'm going to do some work. So I'm back on my celery juice kick. My dad has a juicer, and I've been doing this since I got back to New York, and it has been feeling so good. It makes my skin glow. It's good for my gut health. My digestion loves it. You know when people drink coffee and then they go to the bathroom after? That is what celery juice does to me. I'm just clearing everything, and doing that every morning, it really feels like a natural sort of cleanse. But if this apartment looks familiar to you, it's because I did live here. When I dropped out of college, I moved in with my dad in New York, helped to split rent, and we're still working on our relationship, but at that time, it was the most interaction I've had with my dad ever. Like, even when I was younger, my parents split up when I was really young, and we didn't really see each other in my formative years. So I moved here when I was 17 after dropping out of college, after doing sex work, all these things, and I would be crying in that little room and he would be in the living room, and I would just be completely hiding my everything from him and just feeling so uncomfortable, scared, like a disappointment. And so it's just been such a big healing over the past few years, mending that relationship and being able to occupy space here and not feel so vulnerable or afraid or awkward. And I am getting a sublet November 1st, but until that kicks in, I'm here. It's like October 26th right now, so yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about that. He was never a part of my videos because our relationship was so awkward, probably mostly due to me not realizing that the man loved me so much because he was showing love in ways that I didn't understand or see. Major key is to remove the stems so that the celery juice isn't as bitter, and also to use cold celery. I usually just do a stalk and a half, and it does me well. I'm gonna drink it right from here. I love the intimacy of New York City apartments. This kitchen, when my dad and I are both in here, is so tight and small, and it forces you to interact, which I like. And I also like being in spaces that are a bit more maximalist because my ideal filming location is probably a bit bland or boring, just minimal with tons of plants, but I just like surrendering to the fact that not all of life needs to be aesthetic and perfect lighting and have like matching tones and appliances, and it's like just a reminder of reality and the beauty in just a lived-in space, you know? I have so many campaign photos of this collection that we shot everywhere, and I'm just sending them over, the landscape ones for the website. Stunning. I'm so happy I can talk about this. I'm so excited about my breakfast today. So we have a mound of quinoa, salsa, Japanese sweet potato, roasted cauliflower, carrot, and onion, another mound of sauerkraut all over a bed of arugula, and I'm gonna put some lemon herb tahini sauce on top. The perfect breakfast for me. Just nutrient dense, a lot of different veggies in there. Let's eat it. I need to come to a park every single day to connect with the elements in some way. Otherwise, I really feel so cut off from my source, and any patch of grass will do. But my favorites are Central Park and Prospect Park because they really help you to feel submerged. I am experiencing slight culture shock being back, not only in America, but in New York City, where people are doing the wildest things and they are also completely minding their business. So I'm just reminding myself that I can do whatever I want and be a weirdo and be vlogging myself and literally no one cares. This is the last place where anyone's bothered by it. It's really hot in New York. Okay, hopefully no one bothers me now that I'm in this. That's the only thing. There is a sentiment that some men carry that women dress up for men or they like getting hit on, and I'm here to tell you that I don't perceive myself like when I get dressed, I'm just emulating something from a movie or a vibe I really like, and then when I go out into the world and people are staring at me or catcalling me, I'm just like, I forget that I take form in this body in a way that other people want something from it. It's like, it really takes me aback. I don't even know how to respond to that energy. I'm like, what? Point being that I am not dressing for anyone else, and a lot of people are not dressing for the male gaze. I would say like 95% of the time we're not dressing for the male gaze. We're dressing for the female gaze and for our girlies and for the gays. I am reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. I randomly read book number 2 a few years ago, but I've started from the beginning of the series and I'm tearing this book up. I'm so in the heat because of it. Like, I love fantasy smut and this one is really hitting. I know this is old news, but if anyone wants to discuss this series, let's start a comment thread below because I don't want it to end and I'm addicted to the plot. If I were to go away, would you follow me to the ends of the earth? Walking around and feeling a lot of collective unity, love, and togetherness of all these New Yorkers and seeing humanity just sprawled out doing what it does, it just really makes me feel spiritually high in a similar way that being completely alone in nature makes me feel. So I don't know, I felt like sharing that.
You come upon and you go black. Some kind of night into your darkness. Close your eyes with what's not there.
Washing my face. I kind of like triple cleanse because I really wanted to make sure I got all the makeup off. I put my moisturizer on and now I'm finishing off with castor oil mixed with frankincense oil because I've been hopping on the bandwagon of a lot of things, and I have been using frankincense actually a while because when I was in Turkey I went to this jam shop and they had this frankincense jam that the woman said was really good for your face. It was amazing. Every morning I would wake up and my scars were lighter, my acne breakouts were less intense and irritated, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And then someone on TikTok told me about this. So I'm doing a little castor oil mixed with 1 drop of frankincense oil, feeling oiled up. Okay, good night. See you tomorrow. I woke up, got my period, did some yin yoga, did my skincare routine, and now I'm gonna do a little bit of work, then head to the Whitney Museum. Then I'm meeting my dad for this traditional Japanese dance theater performance, or I guess it's a dance performance, and then having dinner with him and his girlfriend. So I'm really excited. I stayed up until not 1, not 2, but 3 a.m. reading last night, and I don't feel tired, but that was a poor choice on my part. Honestly, I really want to make sure I spend some intentional time praying tonight and journaling, because it is another full moon eclipse and there's so much going on in the world. I'm also bleeding. I just feel like it would be a really good time to connect in that portal with spirit. And it's really big integration. I was gonna make this video all about energy reclamation, and I might make that my next video at some point in this month, but really how to call all of your energy back to yourself and be resourced in your breath, in your body, and in your connection to source, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. I kind of use all of those synonymously in my own practice, but spirit feels the most resonant. And one of the ways that I do reclaim my energy and feel more in my power, more in touch with myself, is by praying and reminding myself who I am, what I'm seeking to do in this life, what my character is. It just brings me back to my humble mission on this earth, which is honestly just to create safe space and unconditional love. I am feeling like some of my energy is faltering and in all these different pockets, but I suppose I should get on with the day. I have a little fairy cosplay in my head because of these books. I'm just wanting to have my clothes ripped to shreds. Hee. My breakfast is the same exact thing I had yesterday, but with an everything bagel. I didn't have anything to put on it, so it's kind of sad, but still so good.
Change like the wind, like the water, like skin. Change like the sky, like the leaves, like a butterfly. Would you live forever, never die, while everything around passes? Would you smile forever, never cry, while everything you know passes? Death.
It is the most perfect rainy, gloomy day outside, and I've been cleaning, doing laundry, editing, I'm journaling, just pretty much having like a therapy day for myself because I woke up with a little anxiety, and it's not the first time it's happened this week. So whenever I notice myself having a little bit more of like an energetic lull or anxiety right when I wake up, I really do extra to meet myself there and pour a lot of love into my life. Hence why I've been like cooking so much for myself. That's a really big love language for me, is just not binge eating, because I've been feeling myself want to just order a bunch of food every single day, and I'm just like, first of all, that's expensive, and second, you're just gonna feel so much better and so much more loved if you make something good for yourself. So it's just an easy form of self-love. And then chanting today felt so good, but it is such a practice just to be present. I mean, that's why there's so many ashrams and spiritual texts and practices assisting us in simply being here in the present moment, occupying space in discomfort or really any of our emotional experiences. I feel like there's so many things we do every single day to run away from that, to run away from discomfort. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but it is so powerful and like a spell breaker, a curse breaker, when you have a single moment of deep presence with yourself in the day. And that's something that writing has really helped me with. Like, I have this journal, sometimes even writing like 2 really honest sentences makes me feel so relieved. And it's not even about the words that I'm writing or what I've processed in my mind. It's simply the act of showing up for myself in some way, in an honest way of like, oh, this is what I'm feeling. And it literally doesn't have to change. And it feels like such a reclamation to know, like, I don't have to look beautiful for anyone. I don't have to be happy for anyone. There's nothing wrong with feeling heaviness. I can be here and now in all of my lightness and all of my dark, and nothing needs to change. And that is the moment that you go beyond duality, because you're not righting or wronging your experience. Inclusive awareness, where everything can be brought to the surface and it's all part of the whole. I don't know, it's just a whole medicine journey to be here and now with whatever you are and however you feel, and know that it's okay. Yeah, I was just journaling today and I felt like my journal entries were so bad, but then I just reminded myself it's not about that. It's just about showing up and being in it. I always say this, but I'm like, I'm happy when I'm sad when I'm happy. It's just all like this morose, deep, existential, full feeling, being in this human life. If any of you are feeling heavy today, this is just a reminder that you can still be kind to yourself, and that you can still breathe deep, and that with all the suffering taking place on this earth, there's so much love unfolding. They don't have to cancel each other out. But yeah, I'm going to spend the rest of the day editing. I think I'm gonna end this video here because I'm just gonna be a little gremlin all day today.
Would you stare forever at the sun? Never watch the moon rising? Would you walk forever